you ever hear the skit on that Bill Burr has where he talks about essentially there's too many people, and then if something happened where it wiped out most of the people, how much better our lives would be. Like no lines at Disney World and no traffic and shit.
Yeah,
I was thinking that this morning.
Nobody wants to be the one selected, but everyone would go for killing half the population.
Yeah,
as long as it wasn't them and theirs. Like,
yeah, I don't want anyone I know to go away. Just other people.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you can go to the grocery store and not have to fucking have the line where you watch the person sitting there with like 50 coupons and then they're complaining about this thing wasn't 35 cents off.
Yeah.
It's like if that person goes, cool.
Yeah.
But like
Arby's, I always wait like a really long time at Arby's and that'll go away.
Dude, I haven't had Arby's in forever. I also don't eat like a piece of shit, so
yeah.
I still am though. Bill Burr's hilarious.
He is. He's very funny.
He's one of those uncancelables because he says a lot of shit that's like it's really offensive to this sort of modern hypersensitive left, and yet he still keeps going.
Do you think he's uncancelable because he's so defiant against it?
Yeah, I think cancellation requires participation. So like
you're being somewhat like you're letting it happen.
Yeah, well, like Ethan Klein becoming canceled and losing all his sponsors. He said some shit that was pretty insensitive, but the reason that he got canceled was he's been on the cancellation train. So like he has contributed towards silencing people for saying shit that he found offensive. And then the moment that he said something offensive, he was apologizing. You know what I mean? Like it's the Dave Chappelle thing. Like some of his new shit that people have a problem with does make me cringe a little bit, but it's fine. It's a joke. And he just says, fuck you. Like, this is a joke. But
he's real defiant. Like almost like, fuck you. You ain't going to cancel me.
Exactly.
Because the people who watch me won't let it happen, and I won't let it happen.
Right.
And then there's the other side where it's like, oh man, I'm canceled. Almost like if you submit to it, it happens. Like,
exactly.
It's very strange.
The moment you apologize,
yeah,
you're fucking dead in the water. And
then people will literally stop paying attention to you.
Yeah.
Weird, isn't it?
Yeah, it's weird because it's a good thing in human nature to recognize that you've done something wrong and to atone for it and apologize. Like, not be like, I can't do anything wrong. I don't say sorry to anybody. That attitude doesn't make for good interpersonal relationships. But online, you gotta kind of have that attitude, because the moment you apologize for anything, it's a public execution. Like, that's what they're looking for. So
yeah,
like the moment that you give in at all and say you're sorry, they're like, we got him. Now we can just keep until he's gone, or until he's so neutered that he doesn't say anything, he or she or whoever doesn't say anything that doesn't toe that line.
People don't respect, and generally, like a pushover.
Yeah, right.
In the public eye, once you start, I'm sorry, guys, I didn't mean to offend you.
Right. Especially
if they don't get respect and they don't get listened to anymore, and I think they cancel themselves by acting that way.
Yeah, and especially if it's for something that you don't fully understand why you're being canceled. Like, if you've done something and you see the harm you've done, and you're like, dude, fuck, I didn't. Then you apologize, right? I mean, there's a point, but most of the time it's for something that you didn't intend in an offensive way. It was a joke. You weren't trying to hurt anybody. You were just trying to be funny or whatever it is. And you don't really feel you should apologize, but you do anyway to capitulate. Like, that's the problem.
Yeah, and it's not genuine. You can tell when it happens too. And it's almost immediate. Like when a celebrity does something bad and they instantly go to apologizing, and they put this like really structured robotic response out.
Right.
I am so sorry for anyone who I may have offended, and the insert this there. It sucks. People don't respect it generally, and that's what happens.
Okay, so Disney movies now have these fucking warnings. So like before you watch Aladdin, it has this thing, wasn't right, and, cultural insensitivity. It's like this little paragraph that comes up before. If you go watch Aladdin right now, that has a warning to let you know, like, that it's stereotyping Arabic culture or something.
Yeah.
And then I watch it and I go, really, like, there's nothing that offensive here. And the odd part is there's a new Aladdin, the live action with old slappy Will Smith. So that doesn't have the warning. But it's the same fucking story. Like, it's the same story. Like, it has some stuff that it throws in there for the left. Like, it puts some women power stuff in there, which is fine. But it's like, it has the same songs. It like has the same like hyperbolic Arabic stuff.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have a warning. That tells me they don't even know like why they're apologizing. They don't know why they're apologizing. They know that there's a mob. They have to say they're sorry. And it's just disingenuous because you have two movies, one that's new, one that's old, one has warning and one doesn't. And they're basically the same movie. It's
God,
just
I think
like
you could say so much more negative things about the new one with Will Smith in it than you could the cartoon. Because the excuse for the cartoon is it's a cartoon. If I drew a cartoon of you, I'm going to exaggerate every part of your character. Like I'm going to make your glasses real big, your hair huge and flowy. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot
to make me like 900 pounds. I
wasn't even going there, dude.
Okay. I just like Jabba the Hutt with Elvis hair.
Where people are carrying you in. Yeah. It's just Jabba the Hutt, but he has great fucking hair.
And before you show me, you like read a paragraph about why this is offensive.
Yeah. But if I was making you into a cartoon, I would exaggerate those things. You would exaggerate the things on me. Like, you might even put like a shiny spot on my head. Like it's a cartoon, man. Like it's fucking cartoon.
Sure.
Have you ever went to Kings Island and went by the place where for $20 you can get a guy to draw what do they call it? A caricature. Yeah. Like he's going to make you look stupid, man.
Right.
It is weird, man. I don't understand how it's to this point now. Like
we should apologize for things like, I mean, I feel like I'm a broken record here. It's good to apologize for things you've actually done wrong, but when you see this sort of corporate just advanced apology for something that's not even that offensive and something you just redid, but you don't give the apology for that, it just shows that nobody knows why they're apologizing.
Do we even consult the people we're apologizing for? Let's just talk about the Arabic culture and maybe how Aladdin exploits it or...
Sure. I don't even know if it's Arabic. I genuinely don't even know what that's the
other
sure it's an amalgamation of multiple Middle Eastern cultures, but I don't know.
Well, I think it's... is
that Arabic?
Right? Like flying carpets and stuff.
Yeah.
So has anyone consulted someone who represents that community and... Hey man, give me your honest opinion. I want you to watch this movie. It's about a genie. You rub the fucking lamp. He comes out. He gives you 3 wishes. Shit goes down. There is some flying carpets. There is some traditional garb involved. Just tell me what you think of when you're done. And the guy watches it, or gal watches it. What do they say at the end of that? Like, you know what? Like, I feel really offended right now. You got the carpets all wrong. First off, we don't fly on carpets.
Yeah. They're jet powered. They're not magic. Asshole.
We have a lot of oil. We just drive cars. Okay.
Yeah.
What happens is people are apologizing just to apologize, but I don't ever feel like the community they're offending is really represented well enough to give their opinion on it. Let them complain about it. Instead, you got some fucking white guy sitting in a chair saying, oh shit, that could be offensive. I better issue an apology. Where's your confirmation that there's these vast swaths of people who it's directly hurting?
Yeah. It's white guilt liberals. Like a lot of people of whatever culture might be getting made fun of let's be real, there's a difference between like just straight up racism or something and just poking fun at a culture. Like most of those people in the culture find it funny.
Yeah,
like,
that's the other thing
it's
too.
It's really like 40-year-old wine moms who just like are a token Democrat, want to be seen as woke, just crying. Are you familiar with Uncle Roger?
No.
So Uncle Roger is a YouTuber who's blown up over the last 2 years, like from 40 subs to 5.8 million in just like a couple years.
Wow.
And he does, his whole thing is, I think he's Malaysian. He lives in Britain, but his character is this super stereotypical Asian uncle with a crazy accent. It's accurate, right? It's an accurate accent and it's really funny. and he's gotten really big off of it. And he's gotten some pushback of him being racist. They're saying this is racist. And he talks about how the only people that really think it's racist are white people. Like most Asian people who see this character think it's funny. Sure, there are some Asian people that are offended by it. People get offended by all kinds of stuff. But for the vast majority, it's white people who think it's super offensive. It's like, it doesn't matter. Like nobody's equal if you can't make fun of everybody to some degree. Uncle Roger's pretty hilarious. Like here, let's watch this. Yeah, so this is Uncle Roger.
Hello, my name is Uncle Roger. Today I will react to a video sent to me by a fan. It's the BBC Good Food How to Make Egg Fried Rice video. What is BBC? Let me see. Is it like something dirty, like big black? Oh, it's the British Broadcasting Corporation. Okay.
So yeah, hiya and fuyo. Like hiya means bad, fuyo means good, which like I feel like,
Is that real?
I think he's making it up again. Like it's really like you hear his accent, it's really extreme. He doesn't talk like that at all, but it's a caricature of people he's had in his real life. And Asian people think it's pretty hilarious for the most part, according to him. I'm not fucking taking polls against Asian peoples. Do you know, and going around going, and I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't go up and go, fool yo, you know what I mean? Because I'm a white guy.
It's self-deprecating humor. Like who doesn't like self-deprecating humor?
Right.
If the easiest way for me to incite a laugh or just point something out is to make about myself is to make fun of myself.
Right.
Like it's great, and even in my people, which is I guess white people, it's
my people.
You know, like comedy is a universal language,
right?
And across all walks of life, it's okay to sit back and make fun of yourself, man.
Yeah,
it's not hurting anyone.
Right.
It could, but generally, it's not.
Right. Yeah, let's check more of this out.
BBC is okay. Uncle Roger not into the other BBC. Let's play the video.
Egg fried rice. Don't be afraid. This is really simple. It's cheap. It's delicious. Really satisfying. Rice. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid.
Who afraid of egg fried rice? It's the most common dish. Everybody eat egg fried rice. Who afraid? Why are you afraid of egg fried rice? Where your courage? Uncle Roger scare ghost, but you scare egg fried rice.
So yeah, we're gonna have to watch more. My point is just the accent. Like here's an Asian guy from the culture making an accent from people he knows, the English accent of I think Malaysia. It's funny, and most people are fine with it, especially Asian people. But the people that he's got the most pushback from are fucking people who have nothing to do with the culture, who are just like offended by everything. And like, I'm glad to see him get so much success because he's a funny dude. It's just weird, like when he's talked about it. You know, the people that I get pushback from are not Asian. So it's just a strange situation we're in where being offended is like a currency. It's like if you're offended, it's literally like you have some sort of social currency.
Yeah.
And they just love to spend it.